evening, everybody. It's Thursday night, my friends. Welcome on in. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're all healthy and happy and all that stuff. Hope you all have been having a good week so far. Or, kicking butt, taking names, all of the above, and then some, hopefully. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome. I gotta adjust. This camera is going crazy on me. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work that way. Come on. Okay. I don't know why this camera suddenly gets so loose like this, but it's really, really annoying. Okay. And now it's like pointing up in the sky here. See if I can get this a little bit better. That's better, hopefully. It looks like it's better. Anyway, friends, welcome on in, everybody. welcome. With all of this, I got it. See, here's the problem. Ever since my mic arm broke, my old one broke, and I've had this mic on the other side of the table here. It just like, even though it's not in my line of vision, which is great, it's causing me to lean sideways in my chair, so I'm close enough to it that it picks up everything, and I'm trying to fix that a little bit, find a better place. You know what? Too, this chair, as much as I love this chair is fantastic. It's one of those embody chairs. It's fantastic. It feels great. My one problem with it is it's got multiple ratchet settings. So settings for how far back the back will lean back, and the first setting just has you sitting straight up, which is fine, but it's also kind of uncomfortable because the seat isn't wide enough, long enough for that. So you kind of feel like you're only half sitting on the seat. But then the second one, which is what I'm on now, goes a little too far back to where, as I'm sitting here, I feel myself constantly slouching. I'm constantly having to sit up straight again. And that's annoying. I wish there was a happy middle ground in there, but first world problems and all of that stuff, my friends. Anyway, let's pop back into some Grim Dawn. Now that I've gotten some of my bitching started, let's pop back into some Grim Dawn here. I don't think I did. Did I do anything off camera? Oh yes, I did. So I went through all of the halls of torment. What was it called? Steps of torment. Steps of torment. Where are they at? Down here. So I actually went through and finished the Steps of Torment. However, it did not drop another shield. So I don't know where. I guess I could look up where the fourth shield is. But I did not see it down there. I went through and I beat the boss and everything, and looked around. I looked in all the chests that I could see, and I didn't find it. So unless it was in some kind of hidden area, it wasn't there. I couldn't. Or maybe it's a drop. I don't know. But you see, I crafted skeleton keys and stuff for it and everything. So on the one hand, I got the achievement for the Executioner executed. That's the achievement I got off camera. So I slayed the Lord Executioner in the Steps of Torment, which is, I believe, the last part of the Steps of Torment. And as far as battles go, it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't all that terrible. So you know, I managed to do it, but I didn't get really. I got some loot for it, but nothing that matches all the other shields. So I don't know where else I'm supposed to go for that, or if I need to go back through it and it was in some corner somewhere that I couldn't find, or what have you. So there's that. But I'm not that concerned about it. The one thing that it did say though is it said that when I completed the Steps of Torment, it said there was a shrine somewhere has made a sound or something, something to that effect. Like you feel a shrine has opened up somewhere, and I'm not sure what it was talking about. And maybe that's the whole point. Maybe that whatever shrine opened up is the thing I have to go through to actually get the shield. I don't know. But I don't know what one it was talking about. I remember that there was a shrine where the dude was like, you gotta pass a couple challenges and stuff. And I think that was... I'm trying to remember where exactly that was. I thought it was like around Four Hills or something. I didn't see it there, or maybe it was in... I don't think it was around Broken Hills. It could have been around Crumbling Watch too. I don't think it was Four Hills, but this is Cronley's hideout. So I kind of looked around here a bit and I didn't see it. Maybe it was Crumbling Watch or something. I don't exactly remember where I encountered that. I can go look. Let's go look at Crumbling Watch and see if it was there. I don't really remember. I'm guessing we'll go up that way, maybe. Let's just see if this has the thing I'm thinking about. I remember there was a shrine or something up here that I had to unlock, and then I did that, and then the entity that was with it was like, you have to do other things for me or something. But I don't remember exactly where that was at. I don't think it was down here. Because I think this is too early in the game. Yeah, this is too early in the game. It wasn't up there. I'm pretty sure it was overlooking the water, though. Maybe the Pine Barrens. So I go towards the water here. I mean, I guess the real thing is I should just look it up. I forget what the name of it was to even look it up. That's the problem. And the big problem is it doesn't show up like on the map unless you're right next to it. I tried Googling it and I didn't get any like hits. I was like, what does the Steps of Torment open? And I got no joy from that query. Let's stand here for a minute. Let's see if I can Google what the thing is. So Grim Dawn. Shrine. It's going to give me all the shrines here. Grim Dawn checklists. Oh, well, this is interesting. Barrage outskirts. Monsters. This is the devotion shrines. Ultimate. Sanctum of the Chosen. Where? I mean, this is nice to be able to like check off the ones you did, so you can see where they're at. Then one-shot chess. Now looking for. If we look on the world map here, Shrine Rift Gates, notable enemy, Spirit Guide Inventor. Super Boss, Monster Toe. Where the hell does this show up at? Rogue Dungeon Entrance. Bastion Gates, Gate to English Port, Sealed to Morganeth's Folly. Something of the Chosen. That's, I mean, we'll be coming up on that, but that's not what I'm looking for. I don't know what it was called now, because it's been so long. Yeah, what is it? Because it's not really a shrine. I mean, Altar of Ratash. Where's this at? This is Wastes. Is that the one? No, I don't think that's the one. Burial Hill. Warden Cellar. This is Burwich. Cairn. This is the opposite direction. Crown Hill. much. Spirit totem. Okay. Ray of Ilzur. No, that's not it. For Icon. Gates of Necropolis. Mold. Margaret's Isle. Hidden Refuge. Hyman's Retreat. No. Morton's Claim, Morndale, Necropolis, New Harbor, Old Arcovia, Path of Ascension. No idea there. That must be the DLC we're doing right now. Plains of Strife, Pine Barrens. Port Valbury, Rocky Coasts, Rhine Croplands, Ruins of Abid. Shrine of Aslan, that's the Oasis. Black Road, the Conflagration, the Hidden Path. Don't know where it's at here. Valley of the Chosen. Vanguard of the Three. Huh. Gifts of the Gods. Desolate Wastes. By a Lone Watch. No, I don't think that's... I think it was over here somewhere. Desecrated Shrine. Dynamite. I guess maybe it's not. I mean, it's been such a long time. I could be misremembering it. Definitely. Vaulted stash up there. Dynamite. Sunren Quarry. Have I been up to the quarry? I don't even know if I've been up to the quarry or not. Wood Grove. I don't even know if I've done that. Let's look. Let's go to Blood Grove. Where are we at? Blood Grove's up here. Yeah, I don't know if I went up to the quarry or not. We can look in the map here. Yeah, I did. Okay. Because it's there, so I did do that. So then I don't remember where this other thing's at. Darkvale Village. In spoils. We touch totem. Yeah, I don't. It's not. It doesn't. I wonder if I can just do Grim Dawn. Locked Shrine? Ruined Shrine. That's the one, right? Asterkarn Valley. That's okay. So Asterkarn Valley is where's the map at? Asterkarn Valley. Ruined Shrine. Oh, here's the Ruined Shrine. Yeah, there we go. Asterkarn Valley Ruined Shrine. So it's right near the rift. Okay. Okay. So it was much further up than I remember. Restored Shrine. Yeah, okay. It's further up than I remember it being. Okay, so it's up here. So let's go see if this has changed or something. I mean, I know I've already restored it. Now, this is not the one I was thinking of. This is definitely not the one I was thinking of. There was another one where you, like, sort of... like, talk to the gods or something. And I don't remember... where that's at. Probably don't have any kind of quest for it or anything. Corvin Basin. I mean, the other thing we could do is, since I have a key, I probably should do the cleanse the ancient grove thing, because I mean to do that. So I guess. There's ancient grove there. Okay. Yeah, let's just go do that. Let's go find that ancient grove again and just do a run, because I got 2 keys made. So we might as well use them. We're much higher level than we were, and I've, as I said, finished the Steps of Torment. So that will trigger something. Oh, we're off the map now. Have I gone this way before? Ooh. Moldering mound. he's taking a bunch of damage, isn't he? Eldritch Plant. There we go. Okay, took that down. Bunch of iron bits. Oh, that's a little unknown area that I didn't get into before. So that's good. We took care of that. Got some rep for it. Still need to find the ancient grove here. So where are we looking for this? Is it all the way down there? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is all the way down there. Very good. Giant's Blows reached rank 12. Got a badass over here, Goyle the Storm Shell. Okay, I will happily take that loot. we still going the right way here? No, I think we gotta go this other way and go down. I think. We will see. I'd like to at least try one run of Ancient Grove. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll just continue with the DLC. I mean, I still want to make progress on the DLC, definitely. Xyz's Den entrance. I think it's down all the way down there in that corner. That's just melting them. Melting them right away. Yeah, here it is. There it is. Okay. Okay. So far, so good there. Hey, Ella. Welcome on in. How you feeling? Get this stuff down. Make our way to Secret Grove thing. I'm feeling alright. I'm feeling alright. I think the extra day of not exercising was a good idea. Although my foot's not hurting me, but my leg is a little bit is annoying me a little bit today. My bad leg. It's like there are days when it just kind of feels, it's not pain, it's just like unsettled, sort of. It's weird. It's hard to describe it. It's like there are moments when it feels like your leg is kind of on fire, kind of, sort of, but not really. It's just a weird, uncomfortable feeling um, that I sometimes get, and it's just been kind of acting up a little bit today. But you know, it's otherwise like I'm not in any pain. It's not stopping me from doing stuff. It's just kind of annoying right now. But that's good. I mean, I still have. It just means that tomorrow I can actually probably get back to walking on the treadmill and stuff. I won't do like a full. I probably won't run. I'll probably just do a walk for like 45 minutes, just to kind of ease back into it. But yeah, so far so good on that front. Yeah, but otherwise I've been feeling fine. Just kind of getting things done. Trying to get some. I was trying to get ahead of some work today, which is why I couldn't really chat that much in your stream. I was just trying to like. There's a couple things on my plate that I just wanted to get some progress on at work, so I just kind of had you on as noise in the background, so I could just kind of concentrate a little bit. But yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you feeling? I know you were a little bit down early on. Let's see what we got here. This guy, Tormented. Tormented no longer. Tormented with a boot up his ass from me. Oops. Alright. Skeleton key. Let's see if we can do a little bit better in this ancient grove than we did the first time around. Only one way to find out. Oh, thicket. If nothing else, this will give us some XP anyway. Give us a little bit of the XPs. Alright, and we got that going there. This poison stuff. Powered Ember Grip handguards. Huh? That sounds pretty good. Alrighty then. So I was trying to, I mentioned yesterday I finished a game. I had all the, like an entire Let's Play series. I had all the videos ready to go. So I got all those posted. They'll go up tomorrow, all at the same time. And I decided to start looking at something else. You know, I'm doing most of these on the Linux box because I figure it's easier to kind of just hop on over there real fast and record some things. I mean, I'm recording on my streaming box, but like it's easy to just switch between the two. Oh, this is a thing. That is a store of some kind. Okay. All natural wares. It's pretty funny. These are all two-handed, though. That's a little bit annoying. Okay, good. Good. Let's see. Then just kind of melts. Okay, I'd say I'm doing a little bit better than I did the first time around. Poison still sucks. But, I'm at least managing it. Kind of back here again. What the hell was that? Oh, this is actually moving around. Oh. I was like, what the hell? Gullazor. Ow, this guy hurts a lot. Just keep drawing him out. It looks like he doesn't want to go past this thing here for some reason. So I shall take advantage of that. There we go. Enemy boss killed. Something else over here too that keeps, like, that's just constantly on poison there, which is just weird. Is there something there? It's like kind of moving too a little bit, which is really strange. See how it's like moving around? How's the DLC going? Pretty good. I'm not. I haven't. I decided to take a step back and just try to do this Sacred Grove area because I did off camera. I managed to get through the Steps of Torment, which was another sort of challenge dungeon. And I just wanted to see if I could, since I made progress there, I wanted to see if I could make progress here with this area, and then we'll get back to the DLC. But I just wanted to see if I could do it. Oop, 69 we've reached. Nice. Let's take a moment to actually do something with that. And do that, and put a point there, a point there. Is that corrupted? Deal additional chaos damage. Oh, I see. Tinted wood. Living Ring of Thunder. Thunder! And go that way. That way either. So how am I supposed to... Where am I supposed to go here? Oh, this way. See? That's a lot of guys. I remember this. They were all like just bum rushing me. I didn't have any real way to defend against that. Alright, another enemy hero killed. What do we got here? A mess of things. So much stuff. Alright, more down. What was I supposed to do here? Guess that's everything there. Turn that down a little bit so it's not so overwhelming. Oof, these guys are hurting me. There we go. He's down. Okay. Wasn't quite dead yet. I thought I killed him. Here we go. All of them on fire. All the fire all the time. Very cool. Oh, something else I forgot to mention that happened off camera while I was playing around in the game here. I got an achievement for 50,000 monsters killed in the game. So that's a thing. I don't know if there's like a statistics page or something that tells you how many you've done. Be interesting to look at. This must be the boss room here or something. So there was a door that we had to open. Like he's getting hung up on the sides there. Uh-oh. I think we triggered the second form. I have not done any damage to it either. Barely any damage. Ouch. This hurts a lot. Wow. Wow, you gotta be kidding on that. I mean, I have a bunch of fire resistance. I got like 80% fire resistance. And that was not happening. That was not happening at all. All right. Well, that's fine. I wanted to try it. So we're still not a match for that guy. Although we got him down to his second form. So there was that. Let's go back and continue with the DLC then. The Conclave of the Three. What do I need to do here? Assist the Dree cult, slay Nevin the Usurper. So I'm guessing just head on up to this and just keep on going north. Go from here. Must be this way, I guess. Good. Oh, that's right. I went down this way, didn't I? And through the water here. Which I think, oh yeah, okay. This is still a viable way to go. Actually, there's a quest here. Tome of Anantium. Alright. There is a rift over here. Let's see if we go grab this. Right, I know I walked past a lot of stuff here, but we'll double back. As we do. As we do. Boom, 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 boom. There's not a way to go up there from down here. Of course there is. Of course there is. Where we bypassed this before. Looking on the map. Okay. That's where we have to go down there. Moon entrance. Is there anything else? It's like a little area up here real fast. Just get it on the map so I don't, so I know I haven't missed anything interesting. Okay. Very good. All right. Let's move along with the DLC quests. As we disappear into the darkness. Ooh. Let's say I angled that properly. Oh, quit poking me. Quick poking me with your spear. It's not very friendly for a guest in your area. Ooh, this guy is a biggin. Got him though. A lot of blue relics. Yeah, good stuff. Down we go. Yeah, so the game I played through, it was like a nice little short 12-hour game. It was called Geodepths. Played that on Linux and recorded all that, and I've got all the recordings up and ready to go for tomorrow. And then I decided, so there's another game that I actually started on stream, and I'm gonna just start from the beginning again. That I think would be another good one for just like recording and then just doing YouTube for. And that's called The Final Stop. And that's called Harvestella, which is like it's a JRPG with a farming sim aspect to it. Like I said, I played like a couple hours of it on stream one day, and thought it was interesting. Had it on my list of things to come back to at some point. But I'm figuring like it feels like a good fit for like, since there's a lot of sort of downtime. Not a lot of downtime, but there's a lot of like farming sim grind in it. In addition to everything else, that it seemed like it'd be a perfect kind of thing to do as a YouTube video, because then I could just kind of pause the recording and just take as much time as I want to get things ready to go for the next part of the recording and all that stuff. And I don't feel like I have to be necessarily on or entertaining. I can just kind of relax and listen to something else, you know what I mean? I can kind of do the like I could do the small amount of recording that I need, footage I need, and then treat the rest like it's just a casual off-camera bit. So that seemed like a good one for that. There's also there's a an RPG that I just picked up yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and it's called Wandering Sword, and it's got kind of that that pixel art 3D thing that you get from like the Dragon Quest 3 remake, HD 2D remake is doing, and the 1 and 2. And the it was kind of made famous by I can't think of that other RPG. There was like a brand new RPG. It was a couple of years ago. A brand new world, that is. That was kind of that style, and it looked interesting. It was it came out in 2023, and it's called Wandering Sword. I think I mentioned that. Came out in 2023, and it was it's about like sorry, I'm trying to think of. I want to say Japanese like samurai sort of culture thing. I don't know if that's actually true or not. It was some kind of specialized group kind of thing. And not this guy. We must murder this guy, apparently. He's gonna have like a second form or something, right? Like that seems to be their big deal. Nope, I guess not. Alright. Trials of Haran. We have a bunch of reading to do here too. Iron bits. More iron bits. Okay. That was relatively straightforward, all things considered. Aha! What was the point of that? Hidden remains. Aha. Cowl of the Paragon. Well, that's interesting. Alright, well, head back out here. Back out to the start again. Actually, we're back out to another area, but close to where we were, looks like. Yeah, I guess we go this way towards the portal. Alrighty then. Anything else? And here, let's go down this way. Make sure there's no secrets. There are no secrets. Kima's letter. Yeah, we're gonna have a reading moment here at some point. Get all the XP for reading. There's a cavern down there. Come to that in a moment. Ooh, this is a badass here. What's wrong? You can't fight me by yourself? You gotta have all these other guys fight for you? There we go. Get rid of him. With Homestead. I got a reputation with Homestead. Jesus. Homestead is so far away from this place. Oh, special thing there, right? Okay, let's go up and get this one place. Actually, let's take a look around here. We haven't unlocked this area yet. Very good. Very, very good. Oh, these guys. About to shoot them in the face. Howling Chasm. There. I mean, if you're going to attack me one at a time, then so be it. I'm not going to argue. Why can you get down here? I was gonna say hidden remains. I kept seeing something pop up there. Got a lot of little hidden spots around here. They're being sneaky on me. Being real sneaky. I just wanted to come back down here real fast and make sure I didn't miss anything on this other side. Oh, I most certainly did. Another whole other path. Okay. These like little winding paths here. Wait, is there a path there? No, I think there's a path here, right? Yeah, here we go. Cave entrance. Where we're at. Salt Crags. Okay. Like to find a portal. There we go. Pick those up, but I wonder if there's like a... Oh, there we go. Jordan's travel log, first entry. this way and have a look around. See what we see. Nothing going on over here. Back to, I think we've looped back around to the beginning again. Yeah, there's just everywhere I turn, there's just more and more RPGs to play and all kinds of stuff, which is good. I like that, but at the same time, you know, I want to play them all. I can't. There's a lot of classic RPGs that are getting their remixes and remasters and all that stuff, on Steam and all that stuff, that I've heard good things about, that I want, you know, I never experienced on the original consoles that they were on or whatever. So I'd like to. Vanguard Ritualists. What the hell are they doing? I do that at some point too, but got a lot of stuff going on there. So, Cult Supplier. I could sell some of these things off. I know I'm not going to use. Hey, Kane, welcome on in. How you doing? Flames of Virtue. Not going to use that. What else we got over here? And that. Yeah, I'm not using that. These are fine. No, I don't have tomorrow off. No. I had last Friday off. I'm trying to do like. That reminds me, I gotta put in for May. I'm trying to do like two weekends each month, two Fridays each month, so I can get 2 long weekends each month. I did already put in for like my normal summer vacation, quote unquote staycation, more like. That's in July, so I have that all. I put in for that a while ago, just because I was like, you know what? Let me just get this in now, because who knows what kind of time off I'll have, given everything going on. But luckily, I was able to Thankfully, everything's quieted down quite a bit. There's some of these as well. Tempest Sigil. Corvin Armor of Squalls. That's actually not that bad for my character, but 775 physique, we only have 465. Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. Sharpshooter. This is a ranged two-handed weapon passive bonus. This is pretty good too. Can I? Hard player level 6415. I wonder. I mean, 207 to 699 armor is pretty good. The problem is they don't have, like, this other armor I have on right now is giving me like a 16% elemental resistance across the board, which is a thing. Sharpshooter's coat. Yeah, we'll hold that thought, I guess. So there's that. And get rid of that. Final stop is a legendary shield. Huh. Round stomp. These don't, yeah. These aren't doing much for me. I'll probably get rid of those. I'll hold on to that just because of the set. Scorcher's Archive. Right. I was holding on to that too. Okay. I don't have to talk to anybody here. Do you have anything? You're just a supplier. Riffs. I guess I've in service of Dreek. So what did I have to do for them? So Dreek's Usurper, I have to return to Kira, and then this one, assist the Dreek cults. Oh, I gotta speak with Kira again. Okay, so that's both of them. That's both of them. I have Korvac. Okay. So I guess we go back to Kira here. Let her know what we're up to.
Well, look what we've got here.
I see you made your decision choosing to pledge your loyalty to the witch gods. I hear they take the kind of thing very seriously around here. So which do you serve? What, me? I certainly don't serve any of them. I serve the god of making rigs a wealthy man. Why does this guy still have a... Why does this guy have a quest marker above his head? And no quest to actually give me.
It pains me to call for the execution of one of our own. But such is the price of our divine vision.
The traitor's dead.
The fool was blind to the true vision of the Great Guardian. and has paid the price. Draelus has sensed the true nature of our foe, however. Soon, the maddening whispers will end.
Somebody's fighting over here. What else does Draelus need?
You must hurry to the Oracle. Draelus demands your presence. You will find him at the vanguard of the Three, northeast of the Sunbane Oasis, through the Howling Chasm.
Okay, luckily I've already gone over there. So I can just teleport to it. Now where? Visions of Terror. Stuff just appearing here. There's the steps. What are these guys fighting out here? Whatever it is, they fought it off. Alright, we got a bunch of reading to do here. So let's get some let's cozy on up and get some story time going. Let me get everything together. Let me put some stuff away too. Mark of Dreeg. Oh, I see. Okay. Get these over here. Let's learn this. Blueprint. Alright, where's our dude at? There he is.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Alright, get all that stuff over there. Clear that out nicely. And just move some stuff over here. You can see I cleaned out, I took some time and cleaned out my stash a bit too. Doombringer, legendary amulets. We'll hold that thought on that one. Sanctus Crest. Over there. There's in there, and it's in there for now. Make sure you have some room. Okay. Alright, let's have some story time here. Captain Freinhol's log. After more than a month's travel, we've reached the port at Karan, and a hard month it was. The crew has suffered more than they deserve. During our first week at sea, a freak storm flooded the hold and ruined a fair portion of our better provisions. The steward's been forced to dole out smaller portions than I'm sure he'd like. There were more than a few threats to his life come mealtimes. To add to the lean conditions, a particularly bold band of native pirates attempted to board the ship from a small canoe as we passed near the Tarkin Islands. I don't know what they were thinking at the time, as they had little chance of sacking the ship. Not a one of them was fully dressed, and only 2 of the 5 were armed, if you can call it that. They carried no more than roughly fashioned spears. Little did we know that they were so lethal. The crew's response was expectantly concise, and the attempted raid was stopped almost before it started. However, 2 of the crew, Barkin, the deckhand, and Rennet, our new swabby, sustained minor injuries from the incident. Both took ill and died no more than a day later. It turned out those half-naked bastards were planning to poison us all in our sleep. They got what they deserved. Hog-tied and keel-hauled. Some of the crew suggested less savory ends, but it's important not to allow the rabble to run rampant in such situations. As it is, I allowed them to keep the hands. It's a foul practice if you ask me, but they do fetch a fine coin if you can source the right buyer. I'm sure the old boatswain Yarrick will have no trouble finding someone to sell them to here. This is to be the first of 3 nights at port as the ship's cargo is sold and her hold replenished. I've given the crew their leave, which I'm sure they will take at local taverns and homes of ill repute, as is well deserved, no doubt. I shall tend to the ship's business and attempt to source cargo for our return journey. The Karan port is truly a sight to behold, many times larger than any this captain has seen in his many years at sea. Hundreds of ships make landfall and just as many, with bellies full of cargo, wait at the mouth of the river. The docks churn like a well-oiled machine, and the pristine city beyond glistens in the moonlight as if bathing in its rays. Yet in my short time ashore, I've seen the all but hidden evidence of the dark underbelly that bolsters any successful port. Back alley dealings, wealthy merchants trading on the less fortunate, a ship whose hold is overflowing with bound and chained folk, stolen from a far-off land. I'm certain our return journey will be a profitable one, though I hope to haul less unsavory cargo. My hands are not my own. I write this final letter so those who may find this know what transpired. Know that I am not a sinister man and would never murder anyone in cold blood, but through some evil dwelling within this place, that is precisely what had happened. I came to these lands with my 2 companions, Hardin and Bellic. Excuse me. After weeks of travel through accursed sands, we at last came to see the spires of Corvin ruins. They were stabbing up from the haze of the horizon like the rotten ribs of some great dead god. It was not until we stepped foot inside the first tomb that I began hearing the whispers. I kept asking what the others were muttering about, but they would laugh, saying that I was merely hearing things. As our days of digging and opening tombs continued, I became convinced that they were conspiring to slit my throat. I refused to sleep. I grew weary and delusional. The whispers kept gnawing at my mind. Yesterday, as we made our way into the latest tomb, the voices took their toll. We had found a small opening on the surface through which we were able to descend via rope. As soon as my feet touched the dusty tiles, however, I was but a passenger in my own body, trapped behind my own eyes. As my companions moved into inky depths, my hands reached for the rope and I soaked it with lamp oil. I screamed to warn the others, but I had no voice. I stared in horror as our only means of escape vanished in a brief blaze. Deeper inside, I found Harnan overlooking a golden railing near a waterfall. My hands came up to my vision as if to push him. I tried to fight my arms down. I commanded my mouth to make any noise, but nothing came of it. I was powerless and could only watch as his hands shot out in desperation, grasping for anything within reach. The railing, the wall, me. His eyes met mine with a final fearful question, why? Then he was gone, tumbled over the railing and out of sight into the ravine. Bellic was not far from my grisly deed. I found him admiring the intricate work of gold-encrusted statue. The figure was frightening, with too many arms gripping a razor-sharp halberd as if at the ready to defend the tomb. There was an eerie quality of unlife about it that made my blood run cold. In a flash, my hands were wrapped around Bellic's arms, and I lifted him with inhuman strength way up into the air before forcing his back onto the statue's weapon. I released him and watched as he slowly slid down the length of the halberd, his blood pouring down along the shaft and pooling at the foot of the statue. It was at that moment, when my last friend was dead, that whatever spell had enthralled me had ended. Freed from my mental prison, I screamed and wailed and pounded on the cold stones like a distraught child. For a brief moment, I could swear I saw a withered face, clad in golden armor, staring back at me, but then it was gone. I can't say when or how, but I pulled Bellic down off the statue. Nor do I know how long I laid there holding my dead friend. My mind was broken. There was no hope of escape. I saw to that. By my own hand, I became trapped down here to waste away and rot to bone with my fallen companions. I needed to write this, if not for myself, then for my friends. I can only pray their spirits know in their hearts that it was not me, and they will greet me with forgiveness when I see them beyond the veil. God's preserved me, my hands were not my own. Jeez Louise. The writing is so good. Oh. desert calls. Our burning waves beckon, calling sweetly in my ear. I see her in my thoughts like a golden ocean laid bare before me. Our grand expanse conceals countless treasures hidden tightly away, left for only the most intrepid lover to reveal. Though her dangers abound, she lingers in my mind, haunting me as I sleep. There are many others I have loved, of beauty beyond compare, whose pleasures weaken lesser men, but only she has gripped my heart, and though she is the cruelest of lovers, starving and burning those who seek her pleasures, I shall return to her, for the desert calls to me, and I shall always answer. Okay, I have to take a 5-minute break here, friends. My foot is acting up a little, or my leg is acting up a little bit. So I need to stand up and walk around, and I'll be right back. Hang tight. Enjoy the music, please. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, but I just like it, it was good to get up and just all I did really was pace back and forth a couple times. Um, but that was enough to kind of like the my ankle was starting to swell to a point where it's like tight against the compression sock. And so just getting some kind of mechanical movement was enough to kind of like get it to loosen up a little bit. So that's good. Just, you're sitting here and then all of a sudden it's just like, man, it's just, I haven't even been really sitting that long. I usually, you know, have my standing desk up before I go on stream, for about an hour. I try to stand up, and then that way when I'm sitting here for the stream, it's not quite as bad, but it doesn't always work out. Okay. What do we got next? Young Scholar, first entry, second entry. First entry, final entry. All right. Let's do this one. Trials of Haran. All who drink of the waters and bathe in their cleansing current shall give thanks to Haran and be indebted, for it is the blood of his love that gives liquid life to the valley of the eldritch sun. Before the walls of the temple gleamed in the light of Ran. Before the first of the Corvin people arrived to build the foundations of their faith, there was only Haran. Scorned and persecuted by his people for the depth of his faith in the God of gods, Haran fled to the burning desert to seek a life of devotion and solitude. For a time, the desert provided for him as it had not provided for any creature before him. There, Haran lived happily and spent his waking hours meditating upon his faith. In time, as do all virile creatures, Haran grew lonely, and so he prayed to her eldritch patron, pledging all he possessed for the pleasures of companionship. As the glow of Atif graced the burning sands, he fell ill, and though a cold night drew upon him, the heat of the day still burned in his skin. His god bade him sleep, and he slept a feverish vision over. He slept, and as he slept, a feverish vision overtook him. At daybreak, Haran awakened from his dream and set upon his quest. With his sole possession, Aneth, the goat, which had given the best of its years to run thick with milk for him, whose offspring had gorged himself upon, he marched deeper into the desert. The burning light of Ran weighed heavily on him that morning, and for 7 days hence he marched without food or rest. On the 5th day, Aneth, like many creatures before it, succumbed to the heat and could go no further. With waning strength, Haran carried the beast and cared for it until his body would serve him no more. There, at the end of his journey, Haran collapsed and prayed to the eldritch sun for mercy. His god commanded he lay dead Aneth to slit the beast's neck and drain its blood upon the sands. Haran did as his master asked. As the crimson waters of Aneth's light ran out upon the sand, it hissed and burned in the midday sun. From the pool of burning life there arose a woman. Ayana, she was called, and she poured upon Haran the love for which he had so yearned. Together, Ayana and Haran knew only ecstasy, and for a time they were happy. But their love bore no fruit, and so they once again prayed to their gods to sate their desires. Thusly, Yalia was born, a child of such immense beauty that Ran and Aleph both became jealous of how the light of the sun and of the moon danced and sparkled in her eyes. Ayana and Haran were happy once more. Okay. There was a gift that was given, and a price that was yet to be paid. And so the desert turned against them. Struggle and strife beset Iana and Haran. Food aged and rotted at their touch. Water turned to sand as they drank, and young Yalea fell ill of hunger. With nowhere to turn, Haran begged his god for mercy, and the eldritch son answered. But to save the life of Yalea, there was a price that needed to be paid. Haran once again did as his master bade him, and gathered up the blade which had slain Aneth. Then, as he stood there hovering over the bed of Iana, the jagged and terrible blade raised high above him. Haran's faith faltered. He could not take the life of his love, not even to save Yalea. Haran turned the blade upon himself and drew its claw-like edge across his throat, but it made no mark. Then Iana called out and clutched desperately at her neck, the red life seeping out between her fingers. Haran ran to her side, but it was too late. The warm blood flowed from her body and pooled in the sand beneath his feet. From the pool of Iana's life there burst a ceaseless spring of cleansing water. The eldritch son had once again answered his prayers, but Haran's life was not his own to take. Haran bathed Yalea in the water of the spring, and she was healed. The lovely child would never forgive him for the death of her mother. As the cost for his greed, Haran was cursed with ceaseless life, such that he might remember the death of his beloved Iana for all eternity, and so that one day he might hold Yalea in his arms as she too drew her final breath. Such is the price of godhood. Okay. Naena's letter to Yorhun. My dearest Yorhun, you're nearing the end of our journey now. I can see the oasis in the distance calling to us like a great beacon in a sea of sand. It cannot come soon enough. Another day in the burning desert, and Yesha may lose her mind. As it is, her spirit dwindles. She concerns herself with inevitability. She's been asking what will happen once we reach the temple, what will come of her if she is chosen by the priests. I try to explain that it would be a great honor if she was chosen out of all the young women who make the journey this year, but she questions the necessity of it, asking why she should give herself to Haran. I try to offer reason, but I must admit my faith falters. I do not have your strength. I see the same in others who follow their daughters on pilgrimage. Like me, I'm sure they remember the journey as young women, the anticipation and fear they felt. I remember questioning my mother's faith as well as she guided me to the temple steps. It seemed unfathomable that she would so willingly give me away, but she remained stoic and devout. I fear I am not the mother she was. How am I to leave my precious Lotus? How can I just give away Yesha if she is chosen? If only I could tell her how I truly feel. If I could just embrace her and cry together with her one last time. But I know I cannot. I must remain strong for her. I know how important it is for us to give thanks to Haran, to pay tribute to all that he provides. But my love, it is so terribly hard to see the beautiful young woman our precious Yesha has become, and to imagine our life without her. We must go now to begin the final preparations as we approach the temple. I have mended the dress I wore on pilgrimage and fitted it to Yesha. She will be the fourth of her name to wear it. Perhaps it will bring her luck. She will be so beautiful in it. Should she be chosen, I am certain Haran will be pleased. By the time you read this, the ceremony will be over, and I shall be making my journey home. Forgive me, but I pray that I will not be making the trip alone. Yours always, Naema. Vanguard must hold. Our efforts to the north have been met with increasing resistance. The fanatics have become aware of our activities and are attempting to push us back. At first they merely tested our defenses. Watching them pass through our defensive wards was a pleasing sight, and the stench of burning flesh filled the air. Unfortunately, they were more prepared during later incursions, and I regret to say that our wards are no longer holding them back. The sentinels have suffered some injuries during these initial exchanges, but no casualties. The followers of Kaiman have greater numbers than we suspected, and the powers they are harnessing are unlike any we've dealt with before, and more gruesome. In the most recent strike, a bare-chested behemoth of a man with his face flayed off charged the vanguard in a whirlwind of blades. His gut was exposed to reveal a churning furnace of molten flames that he unleashed upon our forces. Within moments he had taken out 4 of our sentinels without pause. Only when we had finally brought him down by removing his head did we realize that his arms had been removed at the elbows and fused with burning hot blades. To our relief, when he fell, the other fanatics retreated. I dread to think what would happen if several such giants attacked us at once. I pray to Drieg that the time to strike is nearly upon us, and that our main force of the Conclave will meet us here, as without reinforcements the Vanguard will not hold out much longer. But do not interpret this as hesitation. We will fight to the last to keep this point secure in the name of the witch gods. The sting. The parchment is covered in what appears to be dried up human bile. Day 4. The Corvin people have been generous with their treasures, hardly a threat in sight. I had to use the fire of my camp to scare off something lurking in the dark last night, but otherwise it had been an easy journey so far. Day 5. Today I was making my way back to the camp when something stung me, made me feel a bit dizzy. I know a good night's sleep will help me feel right as rain, nothing to be concerned about. Day 6, or is it 7? I'm not sure how long I've slept, but something is definitely wrong. My lips are cracked, my gums are bleeding, the headache... my gods, the headache is blinding. The skin reels like it's crawling. Everything hurts so bad I can barely move. What manner of demon stung me? Day 9. I've managed to crawl my way back to the horse and travel back south out of the basin, but the symptoms have not abated. Twice now I've woken in agony, burning up. My skin moves on its own as if something was moving beneath the surface. Day 10. I've watched in horror as a fat maggot tore through the flesh of my abdomen from the inside. They are inside me. By the gods, they are feasting while I still live. Oh, geez. Okay. Visions of Terror 2. This place we have chosen for our vigil, this conclave, it is a cursed land. The veil screams in agony. The whispers from beyond threaten to unravel reality. Every night I spent here, the visions of the other side came more frequently, with greater clarity. What I first thought were images of darkness turned out to be much more. Within it were the screams of a million souls crying out to me, crying out for mercy. As my dreams solidified, I realized that the darkness moved. It writhed like a mass of tentacles, endlessly searching for something. The sight of it filled me with terror beyond anything as I've ever felt. I awoke gasping for breath and grasping for anything within reach. That wound reminded me that I've left the dream, to the chagrin of my fellow seers sharing the tent. Shaken and unable to sleep, I sought the wisdom of the oracle. To my surprise, or perhaps I should have expected this, my master was already waiting for me inside his tent. Lanterns illuminated him in their flickering light as he sat cross-legged, without his usual regalia, on a rug with tea set out for us. As he stared ahead with his blank eyes, he gave me a slight-lipped smile and motioned for me to sit. Before I could utter a word, he said, "Yugoi." I was taken aback and... He said, "Yugoi." Okay. I was taken aback and blinked. The oracle continued by describing exactly what I had seen in my dreams, as if he had been there to share them with me. The insatiable night, he called it. The eternal darkness that exists in the beyond. It is primordial, unfathomable to the human mind. We see it as a mass of writhing tentacles, but what it truly is cannot be described in words. The Goy exists to consume everything. Its endless pursuit halted only by the light of the celestial stars. I was told that it is a gift and a burden to bear witness to the markings of reality. What I had seen cannot be unseen. When I started visibly shaking, the oracle placed his palm upon my forehead, and for a moment I could swear his eye tattoos were staring at me. Yet I found myself instantly calmed. When I asked what he had done, he would not say, but he offered to teach me a technique to calm myself and banish the darkness from my nightmares. It is a lucid method by which I would conjure my own stars into the dream, brighter than the desert sun. I thanked him for his wisdom and promised to return the next eve for my lesson. As I stood to leave, I glanced in his direction. He was staring ahead, as before, a somber expression on his face. His tea remained untouched. I said no more and closed the tent flap behind me. It would seem my visions have disturbed the oracle's will, but I trust that his judgment and foresight will carry us through whatever darkness looms on the horizon. I pray to Drieg that the oracle's teachings will spare me further nightmares. Alright. let's hold that thought there. There's all these things here to read, and they're pretty lengthy. It looks like, so let's give it a little bit of a break there. give my throat a little bit of a break for that. Oh man, this is good though. I really am enjoying this game. It's surprising to me, like, you know, it's a genre that I've played a lot of games in and that I enjoy in general. But it surprises me just how good this game is, just from, like, it's not really flashy or anything like that. It just kind of comes in and it just gets the job done. And it's not really bringing anything new or different to the genre per se. It's just taking all the mechanics that you normally see and just making them fun in general. It's very cool to see. It's very, very cool. So I see. Let's go on over here. Was there anything? Let's speak to this Draelus at the vanguard of the 3. So up here. And see what he has to say about things.
Excuse me.
The preparations are complete. Kira's duties are finished. The Eldritch sun soon dawns, and we shall meet it on the fields of carnage. But one more task remains before we can put an end to the timeless.
What is left to do?
A dark future boils within the strands, one that carries no meaning. These are machinations of the Forgotten One, no doubt. This vision is a lie, a manifestation of fears within the cult, made to divide us at a critical hour. I shall open a rift into this vision, and you will shatter its delicate fallacies, so that all who serve the Great Guardian see them for what they are. Fiction.
Okay, I'll do as you ask. Interesting. Bring the tome to Kargan at the Conclave of the 3.
Yes, traveler? What might I help you with?
If it isn't the intrepid traveler, I've had my mind on you for some time now. Your exploits here and beyond have proven to be very favorable to the 3. But another vision has clouded my mind as of late, and I think you may be able to help me. What is it? I peered into the veil, and what looked back was sheer benevolence. The being I speak of is known only as the Messenger, a powerful servant of Korvac. Folktales would describe a fiery visage coming to people in their dreams or in times of desperation, offering them salvation and solace from their life's woes. It is this harbinger of Korvac's fiery wrath that bound the foolish Kaiman's chosen to the forgotten God's will. Why is it chosen to reveal itself now is unknown to me, but this is an opportunity we cannot pass up. Eliminating the messenger would be a critical blow to Korvac's forces. You must follow my vision to the place of misery known as the Pit of Atonement. It is an active volcano within the ruins of Corvin City to the northwest beyond the infernal wastes. There, the messenger awaits us. Seek it out, destroy it. The weave of fate demands it to be so. Alright, I'll see that it's done.
I hear you've done some excellent work around here.
Perhaps you could spare a moment to assist in the interests of Bismiel. Sure, what do you need? The Sacred Web brings word of a peculiar gathering in the Valley of the Chosen. Korvac's zealots are up to something. There are whispers of an eldritch monstrosity that was once imprisoned within the tomb of Ariath. I have a strong feeling that the fools are trying to release it. Scouts could confirm my concerns, but by then it may be too late. If these fanatics release it, they may even be able to bind it. I propose a different solution. We release it first. Now hear me out. this creature truly exists and has in fact been bound within the tomb for centuries, it will be weak when it first awakens. That will be our opportunity to strike and deny our enemy a resource. Within the tomb are 3 conduits said to bind the creature there. If they are broken, the beast will be unleashed. Find the tomb of Ariath in the Valley of the Chosen in the infernal wastes to the northwest. Destroy the conduits, release the beast, and slay it before the enemy has a chance to claim it. Alright, I'll eliminate the creature. Oh, this is the vanguard of the 3. I have to take it to kind of at the conclave of the 3, which is down here. So who do I give this to now? Bring Tome to Kargan. Is that this guy over here? Or is that you? No, your keeper. You have a quest too?
The oracles of Drieg spoke of your arrival. Their mad choir whispers of you marching alongside our forces to the tomb of the Eldritch Sun and emerging triumphant. But even their eyes cannot peer into what I offer. The Shattered Realm is unlike anything mankind has ever witnessed, teeming with wealth and power beyond imagining, but also dangers not unlike those that we face even now on Cairn. I have the means to open the way, if you wish to join me in pursuing its mysteries. But be warned, the Shattered Realm spans eternity. One could spend a lifetime exploring even a small fragment of its vast reality. You must be careful not to lose your mind, or worse, become lost forever. Will you dare enter? Will you witness sights beyond imagining?
Okay, I forgot that that's what that guy was talking about. Okay. Did I give it to you?
Greetings, Seeker.
Oh, have you returned with the Tome of... yes, but Kanan didn't make it. Suppose that's no surprise. That poor boy was about as useful as a bundle of sticks and about as flammable underneath that relentless sun, it seems. But I suppose he didn't deserve to die out there all alone. I should have sent someone capable along with him. His efforts were not in vain, though. Now we have the Tome of Anadam. What does the tome do? Do? Well, it doesn't do anything. It's a book. Really? No kidding. Patience, my friend. It's not what the book does, but what knowledge it contains that matters. You see, this tome describes the art of transmutation, a technique developed in the Corvin Basin, but lost when the nation crumbled underneath a god's boot. I've been searching for it my entire career. With this knowledge contained in this tome, I could use the magic imbued within objects attuned to the presence of others to alter their very nature. It's no petty illusion either, my friend, but the power to bend reality itself. I could test this technique on some of your equipment, if you like, but you'll need to give me some time to decipher and study the text within the tome. Fascinating. Okay. So, transmutation. That's going to be interesting if I can use that to, like, take one of the heavy armor things that I have and, like, transmute it into the armor I've already, like, give it the properties of the armor I'm already have equipped, and then just better in every way, maybe. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but we'll see. So we got destroy Eastern Conduit, Northern, Western Conduits, slay the Mind Reaper. Oh, that's a thing. Search for Eye of Korvac. The Emerald of Destruction, cleanse the Ancient Grove. We still haven't managed to do that, unfortunately. Got all the way to the end, but didn't do it. Wasn't able to take it across the finish line. Alright. Alright, cool. So far, so good. We're more than halfway past, or more than halfway through level 69. We need 185,000 XP. to get to level 70. We do have a devotion point. So we hit that shrine. The question is, where do I want to put this devotion point? I'm guessing down here in Magi. Yeah, because this gives you burn damage here. If I get up to that point. So, defensive ability, reduced energy regenerated, reduced entrapment duration, and then burn damage over 3 seconds, and fissure, which sounds rather spectacular. Although, can I go right from there? There's also fire damage and burn damage down here, so I guess get both of these, like 104 to 132 fire damage plus 40% fire damage, reduce freeze duration, attack speed, casting speed, 50% burn damage. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple good ones in there. We've only got 38 out of 55 shrines as well, so still got quite a few devotion points to go. So that's also pretty good. All right. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stop there, friends. It's getting late. But this has been a good session, I would say, with the old Grim Dawn. We still got a ways to go, but you know, we're making progress. And like I said, I'm just enjoying the game. So it's like, it's kind of one of those things where, yes, I want to finish the game, but I also am enjoying the ride. So I'm not in any rush to finish it, even though I got a lot of things to do, a lot of other games to play. But you know, it is what it is. So that's good. Tomorrow night, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to play, but I'm kind of leaning towards maybe doing some Sandland again, so we make some progress in that. Although it looks like we're just past the halfway point in that game based on like walkthroughs, you know, the subheadings of walkthroughs that I've looked at. So we still have like a decent chunk of that game left, and I definitely want to continue with it. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what's up with that, because I want to be. I want to. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, that could be like the Wednesday streams next week. I want to keep making steady progress in it. I don't want to put it away for so long that I don't remember anything of the story or anything like that. So that's my problem right there with that. And unfortunately with that game, I can't do. There's not a whole lot I could do off camera in that game, because a lot of stuff is just sort of progression locked. You know what I mean? Like, you have to progress the main story to then do the side stuff, and so you end up kind of just doing the side stuff as part and parcel of doing the main story, just because it makes sense to do it right then and there. So we'll see. So I might jump back into Sandland and try to make some decent progress in it, and see what happens with that. No stream on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll be back in Planet Crafter, most likely. So that is the story as I know it right now, my friends. If you happen to run across this video on the YouTubes and you have a like and or a subscribe that you can spare, that would be awesome. If you would toss it my way, that would be really swell and awesome, and I'd appreciate it greatly, and it helps out tremendously. Otherwise, let's see if there's anyone to raid out to here. I don't know if anybody's on right now. Let's go pull up Twitch and see if it will do me a favor and mute itself. It did. Yeah. I don't see anything right now. Alright, that's fine. Tis fine. Okay. I'll just let you guys disperse on your own as you do. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you. I hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see you, bye.
Who are you, and how did you get in here?
I'm the locksmith. And I'm the locksmith.